We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Denver Broncos. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now the third-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And in order to improve their ranking and play the kind of game that they want, they've got to continue to make plays like the one we just saw there. Because if you stop these teams a few times along the way, maybe some frustration kicks in. And all of a sudden, not only does your ranking improve, but your game performance does as well.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. The Broncos are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Into the hands of Patrick left side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He got 29 yards that time.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Williams will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Williams again, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Right back to him on first down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
If you look at this Bronco defense,
they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That's going to be a good matchup for him, using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Looking to throw. Daniels. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. On first down, Daniels. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
So, Charles, this, game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Their mobile, agile quarterback. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and
he's got a man complete. A huge play there for Denver, and even 50 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
You don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Daniels.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
On 3rd down, Daniels.
Is to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. 4th down.
The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that. But let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Throwing on first down. Nix escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. Quan Martin there on the tackle.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. There he goes, left side. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 17-14. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 17-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Returnable for Dorsett. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Throwing after the interception. Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing again on second and 10. Nix. That's to the rookie, Marvin Mims. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Off the play fake. Nix. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st and 10, Daniels flushed out right, looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 56 yards. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get through. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Broncos. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Austin Ekeler, the running back.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Second and 10.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's second and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
The safety, Terrell Edmunds, picks it.
And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Eluding the pressure right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And his throw is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Daniels.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Looking to throw. Daniels. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Baron Browning from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st down, Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brandon Jones, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Throwing on 3rd and long. Daniels. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And McManus had a little too much slice on it. It's no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Just too many mistakes in all phases of the game. Still, you've got a chance to get this back to a 1-score game here in the 3rd quarter. You've got to be able to convert here. Instead, it comes up empty.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing on 1st down. Nix. And that is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. Operating from the gun. Nix. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
To throw on 3rd down. Nix. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tim Patrick, 61 yards. And the Broncos are able to add on to that lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, They are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun, Daniels. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Back to throw. Daniels. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Daniels. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late point. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
To throw on second down, Daniels. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. From the 43, here's second down and 1. Operating from the gun, Nix. And this one complete again to Mims. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Looking to throw, Nix. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Looking to throw on second down. Daniels. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Batted at the line, but he still brought it in. 36 yards on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Back to throw. Daniels. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers...
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner,